safe space with Dr. Lillie. We will have a discussion about self-sabotaging, and it has to do with trauma, grief, and loss. Those are the subjects that we're talking about today. As you all come in, please hit that like button for me. It costs you absolutely nothing to hit that like button. Please. Also, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. Help me. Help me grow my channel, please. Help me. Grief and loss, always remember, is not a punishment to you. Your trauma is not who you are. And that loss, it can be joy after having a loss. So never look at it that there's no joy after the loss of a loved one, a marriage, a miscarriage, your pet unalive. There's joy post-loss, okay? Welcome to my live, everybody. Welcome to A Safe Space with Dr. Lillie. Today's topic is self-sabotaging, trauma, grief, and loss. Those are the subjects that we're discussing. Isaiah, I'm going to read to you a Bible verse, okay? Is that okay with you that I read a Bible verse to y'all? Isaiah 61:7. Instead of shame, you will receive a double portion. And instead of disgrace, you will rejoice in your inheritance. Post loss, there is joy. You will rejoice in your inheritance, okay? Understanding self-sabotage isn't aligned with the nervous system biology, I'm sorry, you guys. They treat it like a discipline problem, more accountability, more commitment, more willpower. And sometimes they even name it directly. You're self-sabotaging again. Every time they do, the shame builds and the patterns get stronger. Here's what actually going on underneath. When a person goes through an experience that's too overwhelming to fully process at the time, a moment of abandonment, humiliation, threat, loss, etc. The nervous system doesn't just store it as a memory. It stores it as an adaptation, a way of surviving that moment that locked in and kept running on repeat. Over time, a kind of callus forms around that experience, layers of defense, protection, and compensation that the body and nervous system build to keep the person safe. Those adaptations become invisible to the person carrying them. They just like the way I am. That's just the way I am. When you say that, more than likely you're self-sabotaging. And here's the crucial part. Those adaptations live below the level of conscious choice. They are not a willpower problem. They are a mindset problem. They are the nervous system doing exactly what it learned to do, protecting a person from ever having to feel that original experience again. Your nervous system is built to protect you. Hold on to that. So when your client gets close to a breakthrough, a relationship, a promotion, a version of themselves they always wanted, the nervous system fires. Not because they're weak or unmotivated, but because success feels at a body level like it's headed towards the very thing the system has spent years protecting you from. That's the wall. And no amount of coaching or accountability or positive thinking reaches it. We have to tear down those walls because your healing is imperative, okay? A quick example, take a client who keeps self-sabotaging in business. Every time they get close to a real level of success, something happens. They miss a deadline. They undercharge. They pick a fight with a key relationship. They go quiet on social media for weeks. In a typical session, you may explore their mindset around money or visibility. They'll have insights. They'll commit to new behaviors. And then it happens again, self-sabotaging. But when you work systematically and trace the root, you may find in a moment in childhood where being seen or standing out led to something painful. A parent who responds to their success with criticism, a sibling who withdraws, an environment where being too much felt dangerous. The nervous system learned visibility equals threat. And it has been reinforced that rule ever since, not maliciously, but faithfully. Once that original experience is processed and the adaptation is updated, the sabotage often stops without the client ever needing to try harder. So that is the subject matter on self-sabotaging. And as I stated in my earlier live, I have self-sabotaged before. And I didn't even realize at the time till later. So I'm here to help you to prevent from sabotaging. Trauma can cause you to self-sabotage. Even living in your grief and loss, you can self-sabotage. Hold on, okay? Trauma is a disruption to the body's, mind's capacity to adapt, thrive, and flourish. It is my job to get you to your future empowerment self as your trauma coach to get you to adapt, thrive, and flourish. Grief and loss aren't punishment. They're a chance to grow, to heal, and become the strongest, most compassionate version of yourself. Your story isn't over. You are evolving. Grief and loss. Acknowledge the loss. Create space for your feelings. Understand that grief is a lifelong journey. It just doesn't happen overnight that, okay, I'm over it. She died or whatever. You can't be cold-hearted like that. Know that there can be joy in life post loss. You ever heard that joy comes in the morning? Well, it actually does. Because you're going to make choices daily and you're going to look in your mirror and you're going to tell yourself, this is a beautiful day. I am loved by God. I am loved by my peers and my family. And because of God, I am here. And you keep going daily. Grief and identity. Some losses do not just change your circumstances. They change how you see yourself. A role shifts. A relationship ends. A version of life you expected no longer fits. And suddenly, there's a question underneath everything else. Who am I now? As you all know, I told you about, and I read it to you all about my nickname as a child was Pretty Mama. Then because this is talking about identity. Then when I got in the fashion industry, because I used to design clothes and I had a boutique here in Buckhead, I used the name L instead of Lillie, the Purple Cinderella. But now I'm healed, I just go by Lillie Young, the name that came from my mother, which is her name. So when it's talking about identity, that's what I'm explaining to you. You can try to identify yourself with different things, but that doesn't change who you are. That doesn't change your trauma, and it does not change your grief and loss. A version of your life you expected no longer fits, and suddenly there's a question underneath everything else. Who am I now? This part of grief is often quieter, but it can feel deeply unsettling. It's not just about what happened, it is about who you are in the aftermath. That deserves attention too. Your future self needs attention because that healing has to go on now in your present so your future self does not continue to live in your trauma and passing your pain on, and it's just like regurgitating all over again. You don't want that. You want healing. So we've been discussing the nervous system. 5 ways your nervous system, to regulate your nervous system. 5 ways to regulate your nervous system. Number 1, breathing games. Take a deep breath in, then slowly exhale like you're blowing up a balloon. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Turgut. Thank you so much. Try counting how long you can make your exhale. Longer exhales can help calm your mind and body. I have to practice doing breathing work, breath work a lot because it helps you to stay calm and relax and know you're going to be okay. Trauma will not win. You will win. Number 2, humming. Hum your favorite tune or try a simple sound. The vibration created by humming can help soothe your nervous system, make you feel more centered and calm. Number 3, walk, nature walk. Take a walk outside and pay attention to the signs, sounds, and smells around you. Connecting with nature can help you reset your nervous system and bring a sense of peace and clarity, joy. Number 4, which is one of my favorites because I used to love to get on the swing. Even as an adult, if it was a swing somewhere nearby, I was getting on that swing because it relaxed me. The going back and forth motion, it was so soothing and calming. So number 4, swinging. Find a swing and gently swing back and forth. The rhythmic movement can help your body feel grounded and relaxed and reducing feelings of anxiety and stress. Try it. If you haven't, try it. But these days it's hard to find a swing. So if you find one, let me know where you find it, okay? Please let me know. Because finding a swing is somewhat impossible today. It's like you're never going to find one. So hopefully you do. Sensory bin. Number 5, sensory bin. Explore a sensory bin filled with soft, squishy, or textured objects, focusing on the different sensations of shifting your attention away from stressful feelings and help you feel more present. I have to get you to feel more present. As your wellness practitioner, coach, trauma coach, it is my job in my sessions, in my consultations, is to get you to feel safe again and feel more present. And I hold that moment with you. That is my responsibility to hold that moment with you because I am what? Your listening ear. Just a moment. Let me see what you all talking about. Oh, you're so sweet. He's proposing to me. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, I want to reiterate, you can send me super chats and super stickers. My in my description is my PayPal link and my Venmo. So I am working hard. Show me that you appreciate me. Thank you. Me Met says no. I don't know what you mean, but okay. God bless you. Hello, Gerald Young. He said, "Can you hear me?" Oh, I can't hear you, Gerald, but you can hear me. That is my job to make sure you can hear me, okay? Just a moment. I am going to read from my book, The Purple Cinderella. You can find my book on Amazon, The Purple Cinderella, Surviving Multiple Childhood, RAPISTS. This is my autobiography. It is available in paperback and ebook. So if you want to support me, this would be a major way to support me as well. I am going to read the back description of my book, The Purple Cinderella, to you. Is that all right with you all? Okay. How y'all doing tonight, this evening, this afternoon, whichever it is? How y'all doing? Okay. Let me read some of y'all comments. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I may hit something I ain't know about. Well, I'm going to find a chapter to read to you all. Let's see. Remember grief and identity. So you're going to get some of the different identities I experienced from this particular chapter, chapter 3. Hold on. I'm not going to read the whole chapter to you. I'm just going to give you a small little segment of it. Is that okay? A snippet. Chapter 3. By this time, I became Pretty Mama. Everyone called me Pretty Mama. Mama. Who was Lillie? I didn't know that person. She was gone. The purple Cinderella was in full speed. Okay. My nickname was Pretty Mama as a child. Grief and identity. The purple Cinderella was in full speed. Grief and identity. What I grieved, it's like I reinvented myself. I'm going to read it again. Chapter 3. By this time, I had become Pretty Mama. Everyone called me Pretty Mama. Who was Lillie? I didn't know that person. She was gone. The purple Cinderella was in full speed. Sometimes, like even a child, they'll have an imaginary friend because they feel that comfort in that imaginary friend. And that's where some people can find their safe space. It is okay, because my daughter went through that stage where she had an imaginary friend. But you got to remember and live in reality. And when I say live in reality, that is book a session with me and we can get you to your place of healing in reality, okay? Because sometimes we self-sabotage because we're not getting the listening ear. A lot of people are telling you, we don't want to hear that today, not today. That is not what I would do to you. I would never do that to you. I am your listening ear. Just a moment. Chapter 8. I'm going to read from my chapter 8, okay, from my book, The Purple Cinderella. Let me make sure I can be able to turn these pages because the pages be sticking together sometimes. And I may not read the whole chapter, but I'm going to read some of it to you. Chapter 8. Well, in the year 2000, I decided to return to tech. I switched my curriculum. I decided to become a software user specialist. It was imperative that I graduated. I wanted my daughter to see her mother walk across that stage. I graduated. At that point in my life, everything was about her. I honestly did it for her. As parents, we need to let our children see us succeed and achieve goals that we set. At this time, I was a licensed nail tech. I continued being a nail tech for many, many years. I still keep my license current to this day. I would never let it expire. That's something man cannot take away from me. I paid my way to go to manicuring school. I paid my own way to go to tech. The government didn't pay for it. Lillie Young, the purple Cinderella, paid her own way with the help of God. Well, it's time to make a move. I was coming out of a bad relationship, but I later learned that I was the problem. You're never too old to learn. I was sitting in my car having a great conversation with God. God said, it's time for you to go. I was like, God, where? He said, go south. I said, but I don't want to move too far. If something was to happen, we could just jump on right on. Hold on. If something, my light went out. Hold on. If something was to happen, we could just jump right into my car and come back to South Carolina. God said, go to Atlanta. I was telling everyone I was moving to Atlanta. I told them that God said, go. Everyone thought I had just lost my mind. I was very sane. One of my aunts from when I was a little girl told me that they have the highest HIV rate in Atlanta. I said, all the devil's work that I have done here hasn't killed me. I'm sure God will protect me from AIDS, HIV. Well, I don't have AIDS or HIV. I'm still standing. I'm standing in the need of prayer. Prayer is the answer. Well, my move to Atlanta wasn't as smooth sailing as I thought it would be. Boy, we struggled. The rent was very high. I was still trying to get adjust to my new nail tech job. Building new clientele was very hard. I didn't know anyone here. There were so many times that I wanted to just give up. But every time I would look at my daughter, I knew that I had to keep going. I have always loved clothes and fashion. I was going to figure out a way that I could be at home with my daughter. She was almost a teenager. There was a time when she would need me the most. This is the time she would need me the most. I went to Walmart. I purchased my very first sewing machine. As soon as I got home, I put it out of the box. I already had some fabric. I played around with it for a little while. So I went to the fabric store to purchase more fabric. I made my very first skirt. It was nice. I shipped it to one of my closest friends in South Carolina. She loved it. She wore it and she took pictures in it. When she sent me the pictures, it meant the world to me that she loved my skirt. That motivated me to make more clothes. In 2 weeks, I was making beautiful garments. I went to my I went to my first boutique. She allowed me to put my garments in her boutique. I went home and continued to make more clothing. My garments was in 4 boutiques. At this time, I got the urge to want my own boutique. I looked around and around until I found the perfect place. My perfect place was right in Buckhead. My boutique was in the core of Buckhead. It was located on Peachtree Road. It was September 2012. It was time for me to decide if I wanted to renew my lease in December. I had to let the landlord know 60 days in advance, September 19th. I let him know that I would be moving out of the plaza. He hated to see me go. I paid him faithfully. He told me that anytime, if I decided I wanted to rent from him again, that any suite he had available would be mine. I decided to move my boutique to online only. I was a little sad about it, but I realized all of that money I would be saving. I wasn't sad anymore about it. My boutique was closed. Diamonds and Pearls Couture were once was an online boutique. It was time for me to face the music. I knew this time would come. Time to break loose from the bondage, the crying inside, bandages, lies, soul ties, etc., etc. It was time. And I wrote my book for my healing, The Purple Cinderella. Y'all doing okay in the chat? Sometimes when you're reading, it's like you get tired and your eyes start seeing words is not there. So forgive me for stumbling over words reading my book. What you say, LaSwan? Good. Okay. Thank you for the purple hearts, Reverend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to allow you all to listen to something to uplift your spirit, okay?
God is healing someone's heart watching this right now. And that someone is you. Say this out loud. God is healing every broken place in my heart. I'm not defined by what hurt me. I'm defined by what God is doing in me right now. The pain I've carried, God is lifting it off my shoulders. Every disappointment is becoming a divine appointment. What was meant to break me, God is using to build me. I am not my trauma. I am not my past. I am healed. I am whole. I am loved. My heart is being restored now. I feel peace replacing pain. I feel joy replacing sorrow. God is doing a new thing in my heart, and I receive it fully. The walls I built to protect myself, God is gently taking them down. I don't have to guard my heart alone anymore. God is my protector. God is my healer. God is my peace. Every cracked place in my heart is being filled with light. I forgive what I couldn't forgive before, and I'm free. The weight I've been carrying was never mine to hold. I release it. I let it go. I step into healing. My heart is not broken. My heart is under construction. And the one doing the work is the one who made me. I am not who I was yesterday. I am not who the world said I'd become. I am who God says I am, right now. Stay in peace. Stay in faith. Stay covered. Take a moment and type healed in the comments.
Stay in peace and stay covered. That covering is the blood of Jesus and the love of God. Stay in peace and stay covered. Your healing is imperative. Do not sabotage yourself and don't allow healing to process. It's not safe for you when you do that. Okay? Believe in yourself. Get up daily and tell yourself, I am a winner. Trauma will not win. I am a winner. So I'm going to allow you all to listen to something else right quick, okay? It is always my goal to help you get to your healing. Your healing journey is something that you have to take serious, okay? Also, I have 15-minute free sessions. Take advantage of it. 15-minute sessions, they're free. Take advantage of it. In my description box, my website link is there. You can message me through my website, okay? Take advantage of the free 15-minute sessions. You would not regret it. Your healing matters. You matter. Your future of living empowered matters.
I hope you meet the reason why God didn't let you settle. You find out that He was actually preparing someone who was going to love you so much that it would make you forget what love never was. That He was actually preparing you to receive a love that wasn't going to be hurt by your trauma. That someone was going to love you so much and so deeply, you actually thought maybe 1 Corinthians 13 was real. That it was God being reflected from this person, loving you patiently, kindly, and most importantly, never ending. So yeah, I hope you run into that love. And I hope when you run into it, you love it like you've never been hurt before. Like you've never experienced trauma or pain before. Not because you're silly or stupid, but because you're ready, patient, and prepared.
That is beautiful. Mm-mm-mm. And I know y'all probably say, why is she playing that audio again? I love that particular one, and that comes from Peace at These. Don't allow trauma to cause you to sabotage. Healing is tangible. Prayer is the answer, and someone being your listening ear is the answer. Book a session with me. You will not regret it. Take advantage of the free 15-minute sessions, okay? Believe it or not, those consultations will help you grow daily in your life. Thrive. clarity, that spirit of joy, love, and happiness will enter your life again. I love you guys. Thank you for always supporting me. It means so much to me. I will see you all Wednesday, okay? I love you. God loves you. Take in everything that I discussed today and see if you could apply it to your life or a loved one's life. And if you know someone that you feel needs to take advantage of my free 15-minute sessions, get on my website link. It is in my description. Copy, paste. Because self-sabotage, it is a setback. But you can make a comeback. I love you guys. Have an amazing evening. I will see you all Wednesday. God loves you and I love you. Bye.